Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome back to a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing something in Ninjago that's kind of old in terms of context, but it's still something that is going on to this day, so I kind of feel the need to talk about it. So recently, I don't know if you guys have been noticing my live streams, I have been live streaming my episode reviews for older Ninjago episodes, and I've just been trying to, go back and review every single episode that I haven't done yet on those live streams, and in doing so, right now, I'm around the introduction of Misako as of the time of recording, and I was reminded of something in those streams that kind of made me uncomfortable back in the day, and that was the idea of Wu and Misako being a thing, or a couple, if you will, whatever you want to call that. Basically the idea of them being together, and I'm going to explain in this video why that still kind of makes me uncomfortable, but also why I kind of get it. So obviously in Ninjago there's been a couple examples of love triangles, and one of the most famous examples is of course the one between Wu, Garmadon, and Misako. Obviously, way back in the day before Garmadon and Misako ended up together, Wu and Misako basically had a little bit of a thing. Wu had a large amount of affection for Misako, and Misako felt the same way. However, due to the actions of Chen and Klaus, and how Garmadon kind of got roped into all of that, Misako's feelings ended up being sided more towards Garmadon, and obviously that wasn't right on Garmadon's part. He intercepted a love letter that Wu had sent to Misako, and kind of made it seem like it was his own. Of course, Wu had no idea, and Garmadon was still feeling very guilty about it, but because of his evil and because of him working under Master Chen, that actually ended up happening, and we all know how the story went from there. Garmadon and Misako eventually got married and had Lloyd, and Wu kind of got excluded from that. But then when Misako showed up again, it was very obvious that she and Wu still felt a certain way about each other, and because Garmadon was pretty much out of the picture at that given time, they started to, I guess, try to go for each other a little bit. It was kind of weird there for a little bit of time, but then Garmadon turned good again, and then Misako went back to Garmadon, and then when Garmadon sacrificed himself, she went back to Wu, and the two of them kind of had a thing ever since that. So the overall idea of Misako and Wu together doesn't seem like it's that abnormal. I mean, obviously, the two had feelings for each other earlier on in Ninjago's history, and due to some not so good actions on Garmadon's part, Misako fell for him instead of Wu. But still, the idea of Master Wu, I guess, in the modern day, still going for Misako is kind of strange. In Possession, there was a lot of that going on. Season 5 had a lot of Wu and Misako moments, but ever since then, it's kind of been a little lax. In my opinion, nowadays, when Misako and Wu are together, it's very much in a friendship type of manner. Ever since Season 8 rolled around, it's kind of been that way, obviously. And of course, now in the modern day, we don't really see Misako as much, so there's not a whole lot of chemistry there on screen that we can see. But still, the idea of Wu and Misako being together nowadays isn't really something that I prefer. I would much rather them be, I guess, really close friends and allies, which is what they appear to be nowadays. I don't really consider them to be a couple anymore. I feel like they had potential back in the day, but after Garmadon and Misako kind of settled down, it would seem kind of wrong for Wu to come in, whenever Garmadon wasn't around and try to, I guess, take over as that position to Misako, and that's not really something that I am comfortable with. It's just not something that I consider to be wholesome. It just doesn't seem right, but that's just my opinion. I feel like Wu and Misako could have worked at one point in Ninjago's history, but nowadays that ship has kind of sailed. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. Do you feel like it's wrong for Wu and Misako to try to make it work as of this current point in time, or do you feel like they're better off being friends or close allies? Leave all your thoughts down below, and I look forward to reading what you guys come up with. With all that being said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.